Hey everybody, Chris here. Welcome on a Monday night. So we had a little dip in the crypto market today. We'll be talking about that, be looking at the charts, talking about Binance and what is going on with that. You probably already heard the news, may have seen some other people talking about it, but you haven't got my take on it yet, and that's why you're here. No FUD here. Giving it to you guys straight and what I see as going on. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk a little bit about CZ, what's going on with that. Talk a little micro strategy and Michael Saylor and what he's up to. We'll touch on Litecoin. Yeah, Litecoin. That kind of an interesting little side piece to that CFTC suit. And then XRP, what's the latest on that? And a little bit of Doge and a little bit of Sheeb as well. So all of that and more tonight on Chris Pax Live. Welcome for those that are here. For those that are watching this on the replay, you weren't here on Monday night at 9 o'clock. I'm here every night, 9 o'clock p.m. East Coast time. That's Boston time where I am, talking about crypto, talking about Doge and Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies and what else is going on. Also touch on finances, a little bit of real estate, other things like that. So all open game. If you want to ask a question, leave a comment in the chat and I will be glad to answer. So let me drop down in the corner here and we'll give a little recap on what's going on. And we are having a little bit more of a dump tonight going on with Bitcoin. Bitcoin now down to 26,886 as we're live here. So this was the dump earlier this morning. Now, last night when we were on, Bitcoin was up here at like 27.9 and looked like it was really fighting at 28,000. And now it is 1,000 points lower now than where it was. And Doge, well, Doge just did a little bit of a dip here. But where was Doge last night? It was like right here between 736, 738. So Doge hasn't really dropped that much, and neither has Sheeb. So Doge and Sheeb actually were going on little bits of runs early this morning. So when the dip happened, they were already much higher so far on the day. So percentage-wise, they did not drop as low as Bitcoin or a lot of other altcoins. Yeah, we had some altcoins that really dropped. We had Stacks, went down a lot, Arbitrum. And so what did I do? Well, I was able to complete my my limit order for Stacks. Didn't got too much of that, but I did get a limit order in there, see what happens with Stacks. It's even going down a little more right now. And Arbitrum was my second purchase of Arbitrum, being in the game. So we'll talk about that in a little bit as well. But overall, Bitcoin, with this 1,000-point drop, you would think, God, that is just a big, big drop, right? You would think that. But I go out to the 4 hours, like I say all the time, when in doubt, zoom out, right? Get the bigger picture here. I mean, last Wednesday, we had a much bigger red candle here on the 4 hour. Look at that, where Bitcoin dropped from 28.7 all the way down to 26.7. So that was a $2,000 drop in the price of Bitcoin on that 4 hour candle just last Wednesday. So this little 1,000 point drop, not too bad compared to that. It could have been worse, actually. But I think Bitcoin has a lot more support right now. And so I think that kept it from having a much deeper drop with the news that was going on. So let me get back in close, see what's going on here. 26.9. So what is going on? Well, let's start here with the markets right now. Pre-market stocks, looking at the futures, where they are, a little bit up, a little bit in the green. Looking forward to tomorrow. First Citizens Bank ended up buying out Silicon Valley Bank. So it looks like the banks are being propped up by the U.S. government, allowing this sale happen so that Silicon Valley Bank didn't completely just die. investors that were in Silicon Valley Bank are not going to lose everything, it looks like. So, well, not the investors, the depositors. The investors lost big time because they just got pennies on the dollar on this deal. But those who had deposits look like they're probably going to be okay. I'm not quite sure of, once you get over that FDIC limit, what happens with all of that money. But the banks are being propped up. But that doesn't stop people from still, as we showed last night on the charts, a lot of people just taking their money out of banks. We not only see the flow of money from small banks to big banks, but we also see money overall for leaving banks and going into cryptocurrencies. So there's a lot of that happening as well. So the big news today, if you haven't already heard, well, this is what happened. This is the CFTC, which is the commodities. This is the commodities group, not the SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission. The CFTC is the commodities commission. They have sued Binance and Changpao Zhao, known as CZ, who is the CEO of Binance, for willful evasion of U.S. laws, unregistered crypto derivatives products. Yeah. So it gets even worse than that, as this lawsuit has a lot of detail in it, a lot of detail of a lot of the shenanigans that were going on at Binance that they're being accused of. So this is all alleged. So, it's going to go through the legal system, and we'll see how that plays out. But a lot of it had to do with this right here, and that is that members of Binance were directing United States customers to evade compliance controls through the use of VPNs. So what does that mean? Well, Binance, the big Binance, Binance.com, the large crypto exchange, ceased operations in the United States back in like 2018, 2019 timeframe, because they were going to have to register with the US government in order to be a licensed, I forget the exact term for what it is, for running their exchange. And Binance.com decided, you know what, we're just going to leave the US market. We'll just leave it. And then they set up a different company called Binance.us. So Binance.us. And so what happens in the United States, if you go to Binance.com, you get this. So this is Binance.com, and you can see in gray behind, you see the front page of Binance.com, but you get this little pop-up window here that says Binance.com is unavailable in your country. If you are in the United States or select US territories, Binance.us is a US regulated platform where you can buy, trade, convert, and stake cryptos. So then there's a little click there, click Binance.us. But I don't want you to click that. I want you to click my link in the description below if you want to go to Binance.us, because that's where I do a lot of my trading, and I recommend Binance.us. That's a good exchange to trade on. Completely different entity than Binance.com. Now you might think, well, wasn't FTX US a different entity than FTX? Not really. They were much closely tied together than what Binance US and Binance are. But I can understand if people are afraid about what's going to happen to Binance, that you may want to not use them. But again, what do I say? I say, use the exchanges to buy your crypto and then transfer them to a hardware wallet, right? Don't leave your crypto on the exchanges. Buy an exchange, transfer to hardware wallet. This is my Ledger Nano S. You guys have heard me say this before. I have a link in the description below as well, because I have an affiliate program with Ledger.us. You get a little savings, I get a little savings if you use my link. So definitely check that out. I recommend the S, which is actually the cheapest one. I think is the best because it doesn't have Bluetooth. You don't want Bluetooth with your ledger. You wanted a hardware wallet. You plug it in, you do your business, you get your crypto on there, and then you unplug it. You know, Bluetooth on a hardware wallet. Anyway, invite you to try that out. So with this, you get this little pop-up thing. It says Binance.us is the regulated platform. But what if you were in the US and you didn't want to use Binance.us? You wanted to trade on the big platform, Binance, because it has better liquidity. Binance US has small liquidity. I've showed that before. Last week, I was showing some of the cryptos like Kusama and Kadena that I was trying to buy, but the liquidity was so small, it was really hard to do a big order because there just wasn't the liquidity and the market makers there for those lesser traded cryptos. So that's why a lot of traders, they wanted in the United States, especially the big traders that want to trade big dollars, they want to go to Binance.com. That's where they want to trade. And there are ways around that. VPNs. Yeah, VPNs, some work better than others, but also there's other ways around it. And it turns out, according to this lawsuit, there were people within the Binance company that were helping wealthy United States residents skirt around the issues so they could trade on Binance. So that's a lot of what was going on there. So that's bad, right? That's pretty bad. But this is the thing. The lawsuit filed in the District Court of Illinois alleged Binance operated derivatives and offering trades for cryptocurrencies. And this is because the residents in the United States, they have proof. Residents in the United States were trading cryptocurrencies on the Binance platform. And because they're the Commodities Commission, they outlined Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Tether, and Binance.USD as commodities, which is really interesting, right? Because we all knew that they were calling Bitcoin a commodity. Ether, they had called a commodity before, but that was before the transition over to proof of stake. So I think what this is really talking about was the trading that was done for Ethereum before the merge is what I think this is, because I think the SEC now sees Ethereum as a security. We'll see how that plays out. But then Litecoin is here. Never seen Litecoin mentioned here, but Litecoin as being, the silver to Binance or Bitcoin's gold, right? Proof of work cryptocurrency, a commodity. I'm surprised they didn't put Dogecoin here, right? They should have said Doge, because Doge is like Litecoin and Bitcoin. It's probably a commodity too. And I've been saying that all along. Doge is probably in this group too, but they didn't call it. But that was kind of interesting. But here's what they're talking about: illegal off-exchange commodity options, failing to register as a futures commission's merchant, because again, there are United States residents that have been trading on the Binance.com platform, designated contract market or swap execution, poorly supervising its business, not implementing KYC or know your customer, anti-money laundering processes, and a poor anti-evasion program. Very, very interesting. All the details of this. A lot of it about VPNs and knowingly allowing United States residents to skirt around all of the KYC and the other sort of legal firewalls in order to trade on the Binance platform. So how do they know this? Well, internal chats, right? The filing pointed to internal chats between Binance employees, including Samuel Lim, who was the exchange's Chief Compliance Officer through January 2022. He's also a defendant in the suit, also named because, again, a lot of these trades happened between 2019 and 2022 when he was a Binance employee. Lim appeared to direct an employee to ask U.S. customers to hide their location. On the surface, this is what Lim allegedly said, on the surface, we cannot be seen to have U.S. users, but in reality, we should get them through other creative means. So, how do they know that he allegedly said that? This is interesting. This is fascinating. The suit implied that the CFTC had access to the CEO's phone, saying it was able to collect signal text chains and group chats from it. They had access to CZ's phone. How did they get that? How do you get access to CZ's phone? Interesting. So we will see how that works. We will see how that works. CZ, of course, responded. Let me start here. Binance CEO rejects the allegations of market manipulation. That was only part of it. There's a whole other part of it. I mean, there's this whole thing. Another thing that was mentioned was how they said that CZ was trading on the marketplace in order to influence the price. And that's the first thing he denied. Actually, the first thing he did, and on Twitter, the first thing he did was he tweeted out the number 4 right here. He tweeted 4. And 4 goes back to his pinned tweet that he did at the beginning of the year, where trying to keep 2023 simple, spend more time on less things. 1, education. 2, compliance. 3, products and services. And number 4, ignore the FUD, fake news, and attacks. So today he just tweeted out 4. So, gonna be interesting how this plays out. CZ gave a more detailed response on his Binance blog, and he does addressed some of the accusations here, but really didn't get into the details about the VPNs. So it'll be interesting how all of that works out. So before we get to the rest of the news, let's check what's going on in the chat as Bitcoin has turned back around and is up back over 27,000. So we'll check in on that. And Doge is 724 right now, 724. So crypto market isn't dropping tonight. Just kind of going sideways, up and down, normal action. Hey, Miyu, how are you? No old faces yet. Hey, Jason, bought some Doge on the dip. Buy the dips, right? That's what we say. Buy the dips. Hi, Lai. CDM, buying a Nano S right now. Using my link below. Good. Oh, but then you say down here that, is there a special promo code? Are they asking for a special promo code? Because the link should be able to give you that directly. So let me know. Jason, hit the like button. Thank you. Bull Run, what's up? Welcome. No matter what crypto is the future, no worries. This is just short-term thing. The whole big picture right now is we're still kind of in a bear market overall, and this stuff is going to happen. We're all waiting for the bull run to happen. No coincidence there, bull run. And, it's going to come. But we got to get through all this mess first, and there's going to be more of it that's going to come. So we just got to wait it out. Personally, I'm buying dips. Like I said earlier, I bought some more Arbitrum. today on the dip. And in the Arbitrum, let's take a look at the chart on Arbitrum. It's at 113. That's right where I bought it, right over here. So we're right back where it was, where I bought it. I thought that was a good price. That was my second purchase of Arbitrum. Stacks is not recovering well. Still kind of going down at 882, and I bought it here. This was the rest of my limit order that I had set, and a few days ago I bought some, and then I got the rest of it at this, and this was at like 9073. So I'm a little bit down on that, but I didn't buy a lot of it, and I'd still probably like to get some more stacks, but I'm going to see if this comes down a little more, because it looks like it might. Because the big picture on stacks, if I go to the 4-hour chart, is that, stacks is over here now. It had all this excitement about the Bitcoin ordinals here that really pumped the price. And so me buying right on that dip, and then again today, finishing that limit order, we could see this come back down to maybe even a 60-cent level. Depending on the project and what's going on there. But right now it looks like support is going to be here at like 87. We're kind of touching it right now with that support line. In fact, I should probably put that in here right there. It's about 86. So that seems to be support for stacks. So we'll watch that. I don't know if any of you have any stacks or not, but it's one that I'm interested because it's tied to Bitcoin, and having NFTs on Bitcoin is a cool thing. And who knows where that might go? Who knows? Bitcoin dropping a little bit back below 27,000. No. So, yeah, the more FUD they create, the fatter my crypto bags get. You bought ARB. 2, yep, and then some ETH, and then you're going to do NFTs. Yeah, I saw your comment. I saw your comment on the video there. You're going to get into some NFTs. Good luck with that. I'm staying away from the NFT market. So, yep, $79 for a ledger plus $20 for shipping. There's a promo code field and a discount code field. Both are blank. If you use the link, you shouldn't have to put in a code, and it should give you a discount. If it doesn't, just go back and I don't know. The code at the time I bought it for was through a link that when I got mine, that got you $10 free Bitcoin. But that was a short-term promotion that they had going on just at Christmas time, because that's when I got mine. Because I don't think anything like that is going on now. So maybe there isn't a promotion. If they don't have anything listed on the front page, that means there's no of the Ledger site. Then there's no promotion going on. So, Jason says, use the exchanges like the bathroom. Do your business and get out. Yep. Bill says, I had a nano a year or so ago and lost my crypto. Never got to the wallet. Something about gas fees. Yeah, so a little advice. Don't send 100% of your crypto. Keep a little bit. Like for Doge, if you're going to send like say 10,000 Doge, don't send 9,950 and keep 50 on the exchange because of the fee, and you're going to need that to pay the fee. That's my advice when transferring, is you don't do 100% transfer. With exchanges, some exchanges might be very clear on what they use to pay any transfer fees. If they take it from USD, or they take it from a stable coin, or if they don't, then they're just going to take it from the amount that transfers over. Sometimes they just take it out of that amount. So if you're going to send 10,000 Doge and it's a 10 Doge fee, then you don't get 10,000 Doge into the ledger, you get 9,990, and they just take it out. But some exchanges, it looks like, probably don't do that. So I don't know which exchanges you were transferring from, Bill. But that's my advice, is don't transfer at all. Hi, Jack. How are you? Welcome. There's a rumor that Terra Classic is getting involved with AI. I don't believe all that stuff. I don't believe it. That's like all these other tokens that say they're going to do this and that and the other, but there's no development team. There's no. So I wouldn't. I don't believe that. But if you want to do a runner on Luna Classic, good luck. You go ahead. That's gambling, though, and I'm not gonna do that. All right. So what else is going on? Litecoin. We're going to talk about Litecoin, right? Because why not? Litecoin. Litecoin, dubbed a commodity by the CFTC, could reignite the digital silver narrative. That's right. The crypto market bled more than $50 billion in market cap today after it was revealed that Binance and CEO CZ will face legal action from the United States Commodity Futures Trading Commission. And they said, as I showed, they explicitly named Litecoin along with Bitcoin and Ethereum to be commodities. So in the past, CFTC has been clear that Bitcoin is a commodity, also named Ether as such, which again, I think is before the merge. But the SEC muddied the regulatory clarity around ETH. Litecoin hasn't been under scrutiny by the SEC, so making this latest naming of Litecoin to be a commodity is especially notable. And we also have the Litecoin halving coming up this summer. I think it's sometime in August. Litecoin is going to go through its halving because it has a very similar kind of halving setup in its code that Bitcoin has. We could see Litecoin taking off soon. It already kind of went on a little run, but following the dip today, it's dipping even a little lower right now. Litecoin going down. But again, right, when in doubt, zoom out. Litecoin had already gone on this big run here last week. So Litecoin has been trading very well, but this could be a sort of a higher dip opportunity if you wanted to scoop up some Litecoin. Again, no financial advice here, but I already have some Litecoin sitting in my PayPal account because a couple of years ago when PayPal started to offer cryptocurrencies and I had some money sitting in PayPal from one of my side businesses that I bought some Litecoin there. But I mean, the price of Litecoin at that time was like $170. So yeah, I'm way down on that. So I'm good on my Litecoin. I hope it goes back up. So maybe, maybe we'll see. But that was kind of interesting on Litecoin, that this idea of digital silver as opposed to Bitcoin's digital gold, and that if people were leaving the banking system and wanted to invest in cryptocurrencies and maybe didn't want to put it all into Bitcoin, they could do Litecoin. And as I say, maybe a little Doge as well, because Dogecoin, proof of work cryptocurrency, is probably a commodity too. But the CFTC hasn't said that yet. But I mean, it works the same way. So it should be. But speaking of digital gold, what do we have? We have Michael Saylor and Market Strategy again. The MicroStrategy repaid its $205 million Silvergate loan. And then last month acquired an additional 6,455 Bitcoins at an average price of 23,238. So that means they now have a total of 138,955 Bitcoins worth over $4 billion. Their average price is now down to 29.8. It used to be up in the 30s. It's now 29.8. So they're still a little bit under, but dollar cost averaging, right? That's what Michael's doing, dollar cost averaging. But dollar cost averaging and adding 6,400 Bitcoins. Oh my God, that's crazy. That's a lot of Bitcoins. But that's what he's doing, right? His company is buying more Bitcoin. Keep buying, right? It's bear market, keep buying. Bitcoin's not going to $1 million a coin, but over the next 2 years, we could see 100,000. So that's almost a 4x from here. That's pretty good. That would be a huge return for MicroStrategy then, if Bitcoin hit $100,000 a coin and they've got 138,000 Bitcoins. Not bad. So what's going on with XRP? So XRP has been on this run. We were talking about this the other night. Let me get the XRP chart. So it was running last week, retraced, ran, retrace, ran, retrace, ran. And then here was the dump today. This red candle was from this morning, and it's just trading right back up. So touching right near 48 cents again, right now at 47.5, because people think XRP is going to win their case against the SEC. And so XRP's price just keeps going up. There's no dips. I mean, little dips, but not big dips. It just keeps going up. So a lot of volume, a lot of upward pressure for XRP. However, what Be in Crypto is saying here is, as it tests 50 cents, the on-chain metrics hint at exercising caution. XRP has surged 27% since March 21st as investors grow confident about the SEC case ruling. Strategic whales have sold over $140 million in XRP over the last 2 weeks. So the social sentiment could trigger more sell-offs in the coming weeks, because the case is not going to be resolved in the next few weeks. It just keeps getting extended, going on for month after month. And this pump could be just to get more retail buyers buying XRP at a higher price. The whales are going to dump. Price is going to come back down. We've seen that before. No guarantees that that's what's going to happen again, but that's what they're saying here. We could see that. So we'll stay tuned on what's going on with XRP. We in the crypto community would love XRP to win their case against the SEC, because I think that helps cryptocurrencies overall. There would be a big run, big green candles across the whole crypto market if the SEC loses against Ripple and XRP. So we'll watch that. We'll see what goes on there. So back to Dogecoin and Shiba Inu. Why are they moving today? Well, altcoins trading lower because of Binance and Changpeng Zhao sued by the CFTC. But before that, Doge and SHIB were actually going up in price. That's right. We had on SHIB, let me get to the SHIB chart here. We actually had SHIB moving up this morning. SHIB was pumping and Doge was pumping this morning. I mean, not huge pumps, but from the beginning of the morning up 4% when everything else was pretty much flat. Both Doge and SHIB were up that 4%. So then when it was announced that the CFTC had sued Binance, they were up here, not down at the level where they were trading earlier in the morning. So that when they went down, they didn't go as far down. So Bitcoin down over 1,000 points because Bitcoin didn't have a big run. Bitcoin just started trading down, so lost 1,000 points. But Doge and SHIB, not too bad because they had already been trading up this morning. Doge was up over 7.6 actually before coming down. So good trading for them. That helps in that relationship with that Doge BTC pair that I look at. Doge coming up a little bit there. We also, though, at that same time, a lot of short positions were opened up, particularly when that news hit. All of a sudden, we could look at the Doge shorts. And we already had some shorting going on, but then the news hit, short positions came up, price of Doge came down. They took their profits, and then up and down, there were more short positions opened up as the prices were falling. And that's what this chart shows. And it looks like here just about an hour ago, some more short positions are opening up on Doge right here. And Bitcoin, similar thing. The news hits, a bunch of short positions are opened on Bitcoin, and as Bitcoin's price goes down, those short positions get closed, and those people profit. And they make money off of the price of Bitcoin going down. I've never shorted. Even when I see that the charts are set up for the price to go down, that's when I do a swing trade, and I just sell and then rebuy at a lower price. But to actually short it, I've never traded that. That's a little too much risk for me. But even swing trading cryptocurrency comes at its risk. I think as Jason said the other night, right? What if I sold and then like an hour later, Elon Musk, does this big tweet about Dogecoin and the price takes off and I'm out of position? That was a risk I was taking. But I've rebought back all my Doge now, so I'm good. That was a lot of Doge. That was a lot of Doge. So yeah, that is what is going on in crypto tonight. Again, a lot of talk about Binance and the exchange, and overall, Binance is a huge exchange. It's not going anywhere. It's not going under. And Binance US was not named at all in any of this. Binance US is, for now, seems to be trading fine. It is registered in the United States, so it is following all the laws and regulations as a United States registered business. So Binance.us is not part of this at all. It's Binance Worldwide, who, according to the CFTC, were getting United States residents to bypass the KYC using VPNs and other strategies to get around all the firewalls so that they could trade on the Binance platform. And that's what Binance is accused of, among other things. So, is CZ and Binance going to fight it all? And it'll be interesting to see how it works out. They may end up having to pay a huge fine and then come up with some other documented procedures to show that they are not going to operate in the United States at all. That would be my guess. I'm thinking that the CFTC probably isn't going to accept something like that they're probably going to look for something more. So there's probably going to be some FUD back and forth. But it's going to take a while. So there's going to be this kind of cloud hanging over for some time. But people still trade crypto, though. They just keep going on. That's not going to stop people from trading crypto. It's a legal thing. It's going to take a while for it to kind of go through the system. Who ends up winning in the end is all of the lawyers, right? The attorneys always win. They get their fees, and they win. The other thing that happened, though, that I did hear was that Binance US was supposed to be able to buy Voyager per a judge's ruling. However, there was an appeal by the SEC on that transaction, and it's going through the appeals process now. So that purchase is now being put on hold. So that's very good of the SEC to be looking out for the residents of the United States that have their money locked on Voyager, not their fault. But yet the SEC doesn't care about the retailers who have their crypto stuck on Voyager. Why are they so against Binance US taking over Voyager? I don't know. They should be looking out for the people of the United States, especially those that have their crypto locked. But they're just anti-crypto regardless, it looks like. So, choke point 2.0 continues. We just have to get through it. But overall, the markets aren't doing that bad. I mean, look, here's Doge back up to 733. So that's pretty strong. Pretty strong. All right, gang, that's what we have tonight. I'll be on again tomorrow night, 9 o'clock. See what's going on tomorrow, because there's some news every day. Plenty to talk about when it comes to crypto. Look forward to seeing you then. Hope you all have a good evening. I'm going to be putting the live 24/7 chart back on as soon as this is done. As always, give a like, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. I always appreciate that support as well. And hey, have a good evening. See you all next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.